Thank you, Allie. Let's come into this part of the room. Rick, would you come into? And okay, so we're gonna begin. Just gonna review grasping sparrow's tail. Okay, and I'd like to um, focus on pulling from the bubbling well and see if you can keep that steady. Notice where it gets kind of loose in your mind, or maybe your mind goes somewhere else. That's a little point to check out. Where you kind of lose track of it, that's the learning point. Okay, that's the jewel. So just try to see about that continuous kind of pulling quality, and then we'll do one this way and one this way. So, Allie, would you lead from that end? Ricardo, would you come in here? Lori, would you take the other one there? And you face that way. Okay. From Wuchi. Let's call this separate powers. Sink down. Open. Catch the ball. Pull from the right foot. Pull from the right foot. Turn out. Sink back. Open and strike. Pull in. Pressing. Sit back. Pull into the front foot. Push down. Sit back. Turn. Pull in. Pull to the left foot. Step up. That's and then sink back down. Okay, great. Now, Carolyn, why don't you come and switch with Allie? Okay. And we'll start this way here. Yeah, and take a step forward. Carolyn, yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Separate powers. Think. This is up, out, in, and down. Thinking catch the ball. Open your whole body. Pull to the right foot. Condense. Open and step. Condense left ward off. Turn and catch. Open. Move the right foot. Pull from the right foot. Right ward off. Continue. Pull back. Open. All the weight's in the left foot. Pull to the right foot. Pressing. Sit back. Pull to the front foot. Open. Sit back. Open. Pull to the right foot. Pull to the left foot. Open. Pull from the left foot. Pulls the right leg up. And then push down. This is kind of on power, on energy. Okay, and then I just would like to demonstrate it one time. So if you guys could sit to the side. And I'm going to go with my back to the camera for a moment. Okay. So this is separate powers. This is as if you were in the room practicing with us. You'd be looking maybe at my back and see me catch, open, watch my head top, left ward off, sink all the weight forward, pull, right ward off, press right ward off, continue to open, roll back. Pressing energy, watch my head top. Sit back. This is pushing energy. Gather to here, then open. This is gathering, opening, gathering, opening. Pull from the left foot, open, pull a step forward, open. Okay. Thank you. The next thing I want to do is just we're going to do a little bit of the second Qigong and then go right to the sixth Qigong. And I'm going to stay in the center. You guys can kind of, Gloria, you come over here. Let's see, Allie, switch with Natalie back in here. Maybe in the light if you can. And Carolyn, why don't you come somewhere in here? That's good, right in that area. And don't worry about the squeaky spot. Okay, so we're gonna do the second. I'm gonna just call this the second and the sixth qigong. The second qigong is the beginning of moving our awareness. We move it to the center, and then we move it to the periphery. So Robert often called this second. We call it the second qigong. It's the second of the six qigongs that we're doing. He called this center to periphery, and the center is the dantian. And last week you also talked about that the dantian has kind of limitless internal spaciousness. So when you vacuum, let your mind really go in there. Let your mind really go in there. So we'll start in kind of an open posture like this. Okay. And we'll begin by kind of following an exhalation, bending, and then opening. And so the opening is going to arrive here. And you'll notice my elbows are below the height of my shoulder. And I'm pushing out like I'm in the center of a sphere. Okay. So the pushing is not this way. It's really rotated out as if I'm pushing into a sphere. This is too much. Okay. Engages my shoulder. So the elbow below the height of the shoulder. And then I exhale, maybe blow the wind out of my body and come down and bend. And this is what Allie calls that gentle C shape of the spine. And then I open, and the opening is happening right on time here. Okay. And then we rotate the hands, come in. And so we call this yang, opening out. We call this yin, gathering, condensing. So this is the primary paradigm for yang tai chi, according to Robert, in the Malaysian wing of the family. Yin, yang, and eventually you'll have all six of the qigongs in your armamentarium. And if you have 10 minutes of time that you could set aside to practice, you could do each of the six 10 times. And typically that takes about 10 minutes. If you have 20 minutes, do them 20 times. So eventually that becomes kind of a gauge. And this is just an excellent conditioner for the body. Healthy spine, strong legs, good blood flow, helps the cognitive seat, good blood flow, good brain. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Okay. And then we're going to move on to do the sixth Qigong. This is the last one. And I really went out of my way. I'm sorry, I'm switching up a little bit. Well, why aren't we doing the third one? We're going to do the third one later today. But the sixth one starts by beginning to move our awareness up and down the Zongding. Okay. And just stand a little off center from me so people can see you. So the value of the sixth Qigong is it practices the beginning of moving the mind in the body. We're used to thinking of the mind as where our thoughts reside and that our minds are thoughts. But this one, we want to really kind of feel for our awareness and put our awareness in different parts of the body. We experimented up in the throat, especially center of the chest, the belly, the perineum. The perineum is a simple and good and powerful place to experience your awareness. Everybody just gently pull the perineum in. Gently pull it in, and then relax it and let it go. Pull it in, let it go. So you can start feeling down in that part of your body, okay? And you can put your awareness down there. Okay. So we're going to do this one. In this one, we stand with our feet slightly apart, okay? Slightly angled out. So not so much here, but like this a little bit. And then we keep the knee right over the foot as we descend. And we never really descend so much that the knee is in front of the toe. That's just too much, okay, in art practice. So, and if you have problems in your knees, I want you to protect them. Just do a little bit, but I want to see motion in your body. So if you have only a little motion, try to spend your little bit of motion over the full rise and fall of the practice. And when you do this one, watch that as you come down, your butt doesn't go out and you create that little ski jump. So try to get this up and down motion. Just keep this flat and relaxed, okay? And then back up. So we're bobbing. The head is bobbing. A sign that the head is just bobbing is what's happening up in your gaze. So if your gaze starts going down and forward, your head is coming off Zongding, okay? A good way that Robert always said would just pick a spot on the wall and then just kind of go up and down with it. So it's not like you're going down to earth and up, but your gaze will move a few inches on the wall, okay? And that's how high your head top will move. Okay, so this one we're going to start with just using the exhalation, okay? And just a review, this part of the body, the legs, just feel like we're evacuating the tube of the leg, all that energy that you can feel. As we bring it down, the abdomen will kind of pressurize, and then you can kind of release it into the legs. It may actually feel like evacuating your body in the bathroom, and that's fine. Okay, so we're just releasing things down. But I want to point out that so there's two legs, and then there's the line right below the perineum. So there's this kind of tripod structure. So all three of these things are descending into earth. And then we're pulling up through all three. They attach in here and they just go up over the head. Okay, so from here. And we're going to use reverse breathing on this one, which just means as you inhale, just pull your tummy in a little bit. Pull the tummy in. Try to breathe through your nose, unless if you got a cold, go ahead and breathe through your mouth. But if you can breathe through your nose, attach the tongue to the upper palate. Okay. And this one we'll coordinate with gravity. We'll coordinate with gravity and yin. And this is like, imagine you just tilled up your garden and we're going to pour some water onto it. And the water should sink into the earth. So I want you to get in the habit of sinking below your feet bottoms with your energy. Okay, and this is important kind of thing to know how to do. Okay, here we go. Exhale. Inhale, come through the body all the way up, out the head top, and then drop it back down. My fingertips, my middle finger in particular, will kind of point where my awareness is. And this one too, your energy will be above where your hands are. So my energy is up here pulling. My shoulder, my elbow is still below the height of my shoulder. Let it come down. So we're just extending our awareness over the head. It just disappears naturally. Something reconvenes with gravity. We sink that back to earth. So this one is called Heaven. It might be mine. Heaven to Earth, Earth to Heaven. Just keep going. Follow Allie and Rick. Yeah, it's yours. Thank you. In a very Taoist tradition, life just keeps happening. So up through the body and let it drop down. I'm just going to remind you of the, Natalie was saying, yeah, it's like the chakras. They're Taoist chakras, indeed. And those are the perineum, the dantian, solar plexus, the heart, throat notch, throat, third eye, and then the heaven point. Okay. And the Zongding travels right through these points. And we want the mind to travel on the Zongding much like an elevator car travels in the elevator shaft. And this one also, this is the first time we've mentioned it, I think, in the second Qigong, but this is a place where I want you to really dissolve into earth. Then pick something new up and just dissolve it up into heaven. Let it come back down. I often think of clouds above our head, and those clouds turn into real things, water, and water goes to earth. You bring the water back up, give it to the clouds. This will make your legs strong too. I want you to think of that middle finger. Really point and show where it lives, where your mind is. Okay. And then just want to review this part too. This is putting your mind and breath together in the Dantian. And I want everybody to lock your knees one time and feel the little pressure that happens in the lumbar. Then I want you to release the knee and let the lumbar relax. After you've been exercising a little bit, your body may need more oxygen, so the breath cycle may be a little faster. Just let it happen naturally. Don't try to overly control it. And I want you to feel your mind in the palm of your hand on your tummy. My hand is warm against my belly. I can feel that warmth. I can feel the rise and fall of my breath. And the next exhalation, I'm going to let my mind go inside to the Zongding, to Dantian. And I'm going to keep it there. So the inhalation will kind of tend to want to bring it back out. Every subsequent exhalation, I want to sink deeper in, dissolve more, sink deeper down. And this is a way to harvest the action, harvest the energy. And just a reminder, Dantian has this beautiful uh, idea associated with it. It's the planting ground for the seeds of immortality. It's a big idea. But I think of it as kind of a physical home. This center and the heart center both are really homey, convivial spots in your body. I would say rest there when you feel disturbed or panicky. Rest inside. Okay, we'll take just a little break and then we'll start the next part of the idea.